Hi, I'm Elizabeth Catt, and I'm excited to be your student's AP Chemistry teacher this year. I'm going to take a little time to tell you about our class, grades, our Canvas page, and how you can contact me when needed this year. AP Chemistry is a challenging class, but it is a lot of fun. It's an introductory college-level class. We're going to be doing some investigative inquiry labs, looking at all of our different topics throughout the year. We follow the curriculum as College Board has designated it in terms of its units, just a couple little differences here and there. Lots of resources for students available through College Board and AP Classroom. In our class, I will grade all assignments with a rubric that is based on AP scoring. Those AP scoring designations are going to be based on a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and also gives students some information about what they might expect for their qualifications for college recommendations. Those scores are entered in PowerSchool and correspond with letter grades as you see here. The overall semester grade is going to come from 70% from our unit test scores, 15% from quizzes, and 15% from labs. Here is how those AP rubric scores will be communicated in PowerSchool and the percentages that go along with them. They're going to be just straight from here. This is a holistic way of looking at grading, just like AP does. This is really great, I've found over the years with our AP students, that gives them a little breath and a little bit of room for simple mistakes not being counted against them as maybe they may have seen in the past. And then the lab grades that we have are going to be binary pass-fail. As long as they're doing the lab and are participating, completing the questions along with their group, they're going to earn full credit. If they're turned in late, it'll be half credit, and then if a lab is not submitted, then it would count as a 0 until it is then submitted later on. In our class, in AP Chemistry, reassessments will be offered for unit tests only, and these will be done at the end of the semester. These are typically done during ACE week, and that schedule will be communicated to students ahead of time. In order for students to qualify for a reassessment at the end of the semester, they have to provide an authentic attempt on their original assessment. They have to show me that they've prepared properly by demonstrating their practice completion for each of our units and our practice sets. And then they also will have to complete some sort of relearning task to ensure that they are prepared to do better on their reassessment. This is not meant as a way to deter students from reassessing, but it is meant as a way to truly help students to relearn and grasp those concepts maybe they missed the first time around, so that they can have better scores and better outcomes the second time around. Here's a little screenshot of our Canvas homepage. As with your other courses, you're going to see learning modules, class resources, and a place where you can contact me. We're going to focus today in just a second on where our learning modules are, but this class resources is where students are going to find things like the official AP curriculum, our periodic table and formula sheet, and some other resources that we'll use for units throughout this semester and throughout the year. The way I like to organize my learning modules in Canvas is like we see here. For each unit, I'll put the agenda and our objective list at the top of the module, followed by any files or resources that we use throughout the way. These are digital links to things students get hard copies of in class. And then below that will be links to videos, assignments, answer keys, any other activities that we might have throughout our unit. The last thing I want to finish with here is what students can plan to do in order to be successful in this class. I really encourage students to be actively engaged in class every day. That's on their own work, on our group discussions, on work that they do with their table mates. The more engaged and involved you are with those activities, the better outcomes we're going to have. Students should also make sure they're staying on top of their various assignments each unit. I understand students have a lot of work on their plate, outside activities, jobs, home responsibilities, and the way I do things is I will check homework and practice at the end of each unit, give them a little bit of choice in how they're going to complete that, but we need to make sure we are staying on top of things and not waiting till the last minute to keep to try those activities. Students should keep trying. We should engage in the learning process, make corrections, ask questions, set goals, be ready to try again, and show how you learn. That's how science works, and that's how we learn in our class. Students should take advantage of every assessment when needed, and they should always let me know how I can help and what I can do to help them reach their learning goals. Asking questions in class, using SSRT for additional help is a great option for that as well. Finally, the best way to contact me is through email. I always encourage students to be the ones to reach out with me with any questions. To take some advocacy for themselves on that is a really great skill to have as they progress through their schooling career. If you also want to make sure that you have the same information, or if you have something specific, please make sure that you reach out to me as well. If you want to reach me and have a phone call or a video conference, those need to be scheduled at least 24 hours in advance. And finally, outside of my job, I'm a mom to 2 small boys, and I appreciate your respect of my work hours versus my family hours. I'll check my messages while I'm at work and respond the best that I can within 24 hours. Anything over the weekend or over school hours would be responded to either the next morning or the following Monday. Thank you for taking the time to watch my video. Please reach out if you have any questions, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.